What does it mean when somebody says that's a man's job?
I think in society it's meant to mean that it's like a more macho or like laborious job, society-wise.
Okay, what's a woman's job?
A woman's job is anything she wants to be.
Why are men more likely to be publicly shamed for being dogs than women are shamed for being gold diggers?
As of today, a lot of women is getting publicly shamed now. Times have changed a lot.
No, bro. Here's a perfect example. Women are not getting shamed. Cardi B can say she drugged men, robbed them. No canceling. New albums coming out, new songs coming out. Nothing happened. An accusation gets lobbied with no proof at Johnny Depp, right, by Amber Heard. The man lost his job. He got blacklisted in Hollywood. He lost the biggest franchise he had, the Pirates of the Caribbean. Then he had to go through this long court process. That's called a double standard, and it exists in society today more than it ever has.
You want younger women that you can manipulate just to mold to your lifestyle. And it's not here we go. That's literally it.
Okay.
But it's perspective. So you're going to word it and say, it's like a woman that, understands, she's submissive, and she does all this. So it's about perspectives.
But before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Timothy. He said, "Where do men get the audacity to ghost me? Simple, they learned that awful behavior from women." Well, Timothy, you know better than anyone, as a man of God. Thou shalt not lie, and I see nothing but the truth in your statement. Please don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5 for that comment of the day. As usual, guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment, and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps a lot. And now, back to the video. Embrace your masculinity.
You want younger women that you can manipulate just to mold to your lifestyle. And it's not here we go. That's literally it.
Okay.
But it's perspective. So you're going to word it and say, it's like a woman that, understands, she's submissive, and she does all this. So it's about perspectives.
Okay, we were saying we want a woman that we can manipulate, that's dumb, right? That's timid, etc. Okay, that doesn't understand her worth.
You want women that you're
What if I
easy to
said
manipulate?
women are stupid, can't make money, short, and weak because they want a guy that makes more money than them, taller than them, more confident, ambitious, etc. That would be ludicrous, wouldn't it? Because I'm demonizing what you want, but we don't do that with women, do we? We don't tell women, well, you're stupid and you're broke and you don't have your own confidence and you don't have your own ambition and you're just inept. We don't tell women.
That's what you guys do.
No, but see my logic here. We don't shame female preferences.
Right off the bat, there's a glaring problem here. The immediate assumption and characterization of male preference as manipulation. Why is it that whenever men voice out a preference, it's instantly perceived as sinister or ulterior in nature? There's a massive difference between wanting someone who complements your lifestyle and attempting to manipulate someone. But let's dive into that favorite buzzword, manipulate. When men articulate a desire for certain qualities in a partner, that doesn't automatically equate to wanting control or wanting to keep someone dumb and timid. Is it not possible for a man to desire a harmonious relationship without the suggestion of malicious intent? It's almost comical, really. Modern women often champion their right to preference. They can desire a 6-figure man, they can want a guy who's over 6 feet tall, and the list goes on. But the moment a man chimes in with his list, suddenly it's manipulation. It's high time we stop reducing male standards and preferences to a dark, twisted agenda. Men can have standards just as women can, without the insinuation of manipulation. A preference is just that, a preference. So before launching into assumptions and generalizations, perhaps it's worth remembering that every individual deserves the same respect and understanding when articulating their desires in a relationship. If we're truly striving for equality, let's not cherry-pick where and when it applies. This entitled attitude has become par for the course for many modern women. They demand a man fit into their shopping list of requirements while offering little to nothing in return. They cry out for equality, but only when it suits them. If it doesn't, well, They'll gladly perpetuate these harmful stereotypes because why not? Men, here's some food for thought. If we took even a fraction of the liberties these women take when critiquing their preferences, we'd be crucified in the public square of opinion. It's high time we called out these glaring double standards. It's not misogyny. It's about demanding the same level of respect and understanding that is constantly preached to us. Let's not be duped into thinking that this level of entitlement and hypocrisy is the norm. If anything, it's a glaring red flag, and trust me, gents, red flags are not on this season's fashion list.
Why are men more likely to be publicly shamed for being dogs than women are shamed for being gold diggers?
As of today, a lot of women's getting publicly shamed now. Times have changed a lot.
No, bro. Here's a perfect example. Women are not getting shamed. Cardi B can say she drugged men, robbed them. No canceling. New albums coming out, new songs coming out. Nothing happened. An accusation gets lobbied with no proof at Johnny Depp, right, by Amber Heard. The man lost his job. He got blacklisted in Hollywood. He lost the biggest franchise he had, the Pirates of the Caribbean. Then he had to go through this long court process. That's called a double standard, and it exists in society today more than it ever has.
Back to life, back to reality, welcome to the clown world. The point made in this clip hits the nail right on the head. And honestly, it's downright horrifying how some modern women seem to have this invisible shield protecting them from consequences. Cardi B's admissions? I mean, just imagine if a male artist admitted to drugging and robbing women. His career would be over in seconds. He'd be crucified, banished, and probably be making a tearful apology on every late-night show. Then there's Johnny Depp. That saga should be a wake-up call for all men out there. An unproven accusation, and boom, his legacy is tarnished, and he's treated like Hollywood's pariah. But where's the outcry when the tables are turned? Where are the justice brigades? It's almost as if the scales are tilted in one direction. And the worst part? There seems to be this underlying whispered acceptance that it's just the way things are now. But why? Why are we living in this clown world where someone's life can be derailed by mere words, but others can admit to heinous actions and still top the charts? The realm of double standards truly runs deep, and it's not just limited to Hollywood. Let's look at another mind-boggling example, one that I remember from a Joe Rogan podcast. Remember the story of that woman cop in Florida? Just to refresh your memory, she was a 25-year-old police officer who decided it would be a brilliant idea to go undercover as a high school student. Now, we're not talking about some 21 Jump Street comedic scenario here. This attractive female officer befriended a 17-year-old boy, made him believe she was his girlfriend, and then coaxed him into selling her pot. And after he did, she arrested him. The audacity, right? Let's run a parallel universe scenario for a moment. If a 25-year-old male cop seduced a 17-year-old girl, convincing her he was her boyfriend, manipulated her into illegal activities, and then arrested her, the entire nation would be up in arms. The media would be ablaze with stories of manipulation, abuse of power, and there would be calls for justice, punishment, and systemic change. Yet, in the real story, the issue was brushed off as a sting operation gone wrong. It's a glaring example of how men, especially young men, are seen as less vulnerable, less deserving of protection and empathy. The situation could have caused untold emotional damage to that boy. But where was the outrage? Would the narrative have been different if genders were reversed? You bet.
Can we just stop commenting on women's body?
To comment on a woman's weight.
Going into eating disorders.
Disgusting. We have men sitting there going, well, yeah, you have to be this way, you have to look that way, otherwise, you're not worthy enough.
You are less than 6 feet, do not come near me.
So I don't like short guys, because I don't like them.
Yeah, if you're short, you got a tiny 6'5", at least. It's kind of gross.
I went on several dates with him. I could not touch.
Shorter than you.
Oh,
No.
Feels this tall.
I would pick him up and I'd put him up on the wall and I would do that.
like.
Are you hating on short men?
Yeah, it was kind of mean. It was like a derogatory stance, I guess you could say.
How tall?
Like at least 6'4".
6'5".
6'6", 6'5", and above.
Gotta be like 6'5".
Did you date a shorter guy?
A short guy? Shorter than me?
Yeah.
How rich is he? Because no man is good enough for me.
Let's
go! Let's go!
Why is that? What's good enough for you?
Oh, man of Christ. I just haven't found the right one.
Maybe.
Right.
You have to lower your standards. You're saying you want to talk guy with
so I
money
haven't found
and
that
business.
person.
Maybe lower your standards.
I am fucking dumb as shit.
Because she's single still.
Don't matter, bro.
Maybe
It's better to be single for 5 years and find the perfect person that needs everything.
But what if
than
she doesn't?
end up with a shit man for 2 years that's fucking worth nothing.
See, girls say they want this type of
She's
guy.
single,
next
but
you,
she's
next
happy,
you know, they
and she's
divorce.
glowing. Look at how beautiful she is.
Oh, she is beautiful.
Exactly.
She is.
She doesn't need no man until she finds one that's perfect and fits her standards.
Single women keep women single.
Most women respond favorably to the same things.
I don't have a preference in height.
Stop the cap.
That's like a big thing. That's
Every
a
girl
big deal.
does.
That's a big deal breaker for a lot of.
Do you want a man shorter than you then?
No.
You just have to be at
Taller.
least my height or taller.
Congratulations. You and every other girl think the same
Every
way.
single one.
And remember, ladies, if there's no ring on that finger, then we what?
We single!
Wait, is that Mark? Yo, Mark, what the fuck are you doing over here? Mark, what? What's up, man? I'm just taking this little shorty over here on a date. A light date.
Wow.
We just met. It's nothing too crazy, it's... Mark! Me and you are in a relationship. Like, what the fuck are you talking about right now? Yeah, but I ain't never put no ring on you. Like, you can't expect me to be serious if I ain't never put... What? Just because you haven't proposed doesn't give you the right to just step out of our relationship. Oh. Yeah! I didn't think you was gonna Uno reverse me like that.
You see how that sounds?
This doesn't feel
great.
good. Why did you never say nothing?
Because then you'll be like, who hurts you? You see?
Damn.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Like,
that's great.
Honestly, this skit is a wake-up call for many out there. For all the women who thought they had the game figured out, it's clear that they're not the only players on the field. It was spot on until the ending. They don't come to any realization. Instead, they double down on the delusion. In their minds, they're the exception, not the rule. And don't even get me started on hanging out with single friends when in a relationship. Birds of a feather, folks. The group dynamics, the girls' night outs. We've all seen how this plays out. It's like a live episode of some trashy reality TV show, except the heartbreak and drama are very real. You often hear of situations where the advice from single friends often sounds like, "You're too good for him," or "There are plenty of fish in the sea." But let's be honest, a lot of them just want their taken friends back in the single pond with them. Gotta beat them at their own game, they say. And while it might have been a lighthearted skit, it drives home an important message. Relationships aren't a game, and if you treat them as such, don't be surprised when you get played. It's a wild world out there.
What does it mean when somebody says that's a man's job?
I think in society, it's meant to mean that it's like a more macho or like laborious job, society-wise.
Okay, what's a woman's job?
A woman's job is anything she wants to be.
When it comes to what a man's job is, they've got a clear picture painted by society's norms. Hard, laborious, macho tasks. But heaven forbid you ask about a woman's role, or rather what even is a woman. Suddenly, it's a free-for-all where a woman can be anything she wants to be, or whoever wants to be one. What a clown world. Modern feminism is feeding women a warped narrative, and this street interview lays it out in all its hypocritical glory. When asked what a man's job is, there's an immediate society-fed response. But when it comes to defining a woman's job, suddenly it's a no-holds-barred situation where women can be anything they want. The sheer audacity is almost impressive. If we were to suggest that a woman's place is in the kitchen, these very women would cry foul, claiming oppression and outdated values. Yet, wasn't it their grandmothers and great-grandmothers who held the home and family together, who saw value in their roles and took pride in being the center of the household? This was a time when family values were paramount, when there was mutual respect between roles. Not today. Now it seems women don't want any part in traditional roles. Cooking, cleaning, raising children. That's oppressive, they claim, yet they still, quite often, want to lean into the financial security a man provides. Here lies the paradox of modern women influenced by skewed feminist ideas. They proudly trumpet independence, and yet, in the same breath, expect to be cushioned by a man's wealth. They want the perks without the responsibilities, the freedoms without the commitments. They've been sold a version of feminism that's more about grabbing all they can rather than true equality. These women are on autopilot, mindlessly repeating lines they've heard 1,000 times without stopping to think about the implications. It's like they've been programmed to spout this drivel, never pausing to question it. Maybe they believe
What does it
that
mean
by
when somebody says
they're entitled
that's a
to
man's
every
job?
luxury and freedom, while men remain shackled by archaic norms.
I think
$5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.